So again, we don't make any promises, no guarantees. We are not telling about any absolutes, any promises, any of that stuff. We're not financial advisors, none of it. All we're doing here is sharing what we're doing. So we're sharing what we're actually doing with anyone that will listen. So snapshot that. Let's get started. So first thing I want to show is the dollar. They say it goes up and down, all this other stuff. The dollar has never gone up. It does not hold value. It is not money. It is a currency. Every currency in the history of man always goes back to zero. Well, my opinion, before Bitcoin and cryptos, that might actually be changing, but the dollar is not going to be the first one to do it. They all go to zero. $100,000. Think about this. If you have gotten uh, income from a job, income from a business, you sell real estate and you get income, you sell your car, you get income, you do a yard sale, you get income, and all of those equal the dollar. They all come in a guaranteed going down dollar. You're in trouble, you just don't know it yet. Now, that's not financial advice, that's just my opinion, but let's see what the numbers say, because numbers don't lie. 100,000, $100, 50 million, doesn't matter. Let's just use a round number. 3%. Yeah, it's not 3%, but we'll pretend it is since the graph says it is and the government says it's 3% inflation rate. You can just go to a grocery store and see that's not true, it's higher. But let's just play with 3% a year. 1 year later, if you're holding on to that income, however it came, any of the ways I just said or any other ones you can think of, dividends, whatever, you lost almost $3,000 just by holding it in 1 year. What about in 5 years? Does that look to you like it's going up or down? It's currency. It only goes in one direction. 10 years. Anybody notice the difference here? More than $25,000 in buying power. Now, you still look in your account, wherever it is, and say 100,000. But when you go to use it, it can only buy 74,000. That's the problem. To become financially independent, to surpass this red line, which is the cost of living and all that stuff we deal with, notice that's constantly going up and down in an upward trajectory. It does not go down. It only goes up. Well, we need our passive income to come swooping in, literally pick up the pace, hit this tipping point, and go well beyond this to stay ahead of this red line. We need that to be passive. We need it to be without our working. We need that to just keep happening. Here you can see a chart, just kind of charting this out over just the last 300. Look at this area here. Look at the first one, Industrial Revolution. Second, steel engines and railroads. Third, steel and electricity. Fourth, oil and auto production. 5, telecom. 6, decentralized technology, where we are today, from 2021 to now. December, literally 11 years ago. Bitcoin's days are numbered. This is the same guy. So apparently he realized something was wrong and he made a change. We must shift if we haven't already. In my opinion, not financial advice. He did it. Let's see what happened with his shift. Oh, so before he shifted, his company is down here. In 2020, he starts putting Bitcoin, get this, on his balance sheets for the company. Look at the company. Look at where it is today. Look how much Bitcoin as of November 25th that he owns in the company. 386,000. Guess what? It's December. It's over 400,000 Bitcoins and counting now. See, he realized he made a mistake and then he corrected it. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock. We talk about the 13 trillion in assets. BlackRock admits he made a mistake. Oh, I wonder what mistake he made. Shocker. BlackRock now has Bitcoin ETF that hits 50 billion in assets in record time. It's the most successful ETF launch ever. Name all the ETFs you know, all the ones you invest in, all the ones that people invest in. This one surpassed all of them, the fastest ever. There is President Trump. Doesn't matter if you like him or hate him. I don't do politics. I could care less what they do in the White House or any other government, because I'm going to make sure my household and those around me are doing much better. But check it out. He's in New York. This is on the campaign trail, mind, before he became president. On his phone, used Bitcoin to make a purchase in the Bitcoin bar. Fast forward, because he did say he wants America to have a Bitcoin reserve. He's not the only country that has done that. Check this out. Now in office, Forbes reports Trump confirms Bitcoin reserves plans to have America have Bitcoin, y'all. Get Bitcoin every whatever so much at a time, like other countries have started doing. Do you have any Bitcoin? Think about it. We know how to get it. You don't have to buy Bitcoin. We found a way to get Bitcoin through a company with one product, and all it does is make Bitcoin. Top assets by market cap. We're talking about public companies, precious metals, cryptocurrencies, ETF. The list goes on and on. Name what you want, but watch this. Top 5. Notice the dollar, the pound, the yen, the euro, none of that is up here. Notice gold, that's been here before man, is up here. It'll always work. Then it's followed by a few companies. Watch the next part of this slide. Look at number 7. More money, more of the real deal that's been here since before man. Works no matter what they go to. My opinion, always will work. Those two will always work. But look at the bottom of this chart. Bitcoin at this point is 15 years old. I didn't say 1,500 or 15,000. No, just 15 years. 2009 is December the 20th of 2024. 15-year-old Bitcoin has now surpassed, name a company. Go ahead. Tesla. Past them, McDonald's. Past them, Walmart. The list goes on and on. They've passed all of them. There's only 9 ahead of them. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This was in September. Let's look at last month, November. Oh, something's happened. Bitcoin has now jumped past even silver. A few more companies. There's only a few ahead of it. Interesting number. When Bitcoin's about $184,000 a coin, which I fully believe will be soon, it's going to pass up all of these. Every last one of them will be in the rearview mirror, headed to the big one, which I do believe it will pass this as well. I can see the numbers. That was last month. Okay, here's the dollar. You can use this and get Bitcoin. You can use this in the company we're going to show you and get the machine that gets Bitcoin. Why wouldn't you? But every 4 years, there's something called a halving. In my opinion, yet again, I don't have financial advice, but every time Bitcoin comes down, that's a sell. That is not a crash. Here's 4 years. Here's 4 years. Here's 4 years. April this year, 2024. Look at where they're projecting is going. I wonder why. Look at the other projections and where it's going. Not financial advice. Numbers don't lie. You want to gain your finance, to have your finances growing, like, I mean, really growing, really strong. You want limited or low supply. There's only 21 million Bitcoin that's going to be produced for the entire world ever. That's super scarce. 8 billion people and counting, estimated people. So every 4 years, Bitcoin production is reduced by half. Half. See the difference there? It's going in one direction. Production, how much is coming out? Look what it's doing to the demand. I'm going to estimate, this is my own number, about 1 billion people know about Bitcoin on the whole planet. Hundreds of millions actually have Bitcoin. That would leave 6 to 7 billion people who still don't even have it or don't even know about it, either one or both, mix it together. But look what happens every 4 years along the way. It goes higher and higher. Do you think this is going to stop? More people find out about it, more get in. It's simple math. It's supply and demand. Here's a great example. 8 years ago, the median value of a home in America was $288,000. It would have taken back then, just 8 years ago, 664 Bitcoins to get that house. I'm just going to fast forward to today. Do you see? The dollar does not go up. That's why it costs more, because the dollar is losing its buying power. So the house is the same size. Now you have to pay more. Only 6 Bitcoin. Actually, right now, about 5 Bitcoin. This slide was made just a couple of months ago, and it took 6. Now it only takes 5. Here's some charts showing where this could potentially go. The past and the present and the future. So back in 2010, Bitcoin's market cap, about 1.5 million. And look at these other ones. By 2020, look at that one. $500 billion. Look at these numbers. Okay, let's fast forward. Market cap 2020. Look at that number, where it was, right? Look at 2030. We're talking about 5 years from now. Look where they're estimating Bitcoin to be. Possibly passing gold at that point, and so on. Okay, Let's go to 2040. You're talking about leaving an inheritance, leaving something for your children's children. I wouldn't leave them a bunch of dollars if I were you, or things tied to the dollar. Just my opinion. Again, it's not financial advice. But look at this number here, 289 trillion. How many millions is Bitcoin worth at that point? Divide 289 trillion by 21 million, and you'll get that number. Watch this. How about 10 more years after that? This is not trillion. That's 1.7 quadrillion. I just want to lay a quick foundation of why Bitcoin. I'm going to hand off the baton over to Walter, and he's going to come in and share with us the company, the product, and then we'll have our testimony. Walter, over to you.
All right. Okay, so we're going to talk about the company called BitHarvest and our product, which is a Bit Booster, and how it relates to us. And so the booster, what it does is it makes it so that the mining operation, it makes it more efficient by detecting on the network the movement, and then it provides that information to the mining farms. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the company itself. Okay, the company has its MSB license. Okay, MSB stands for Money Services Business License, and it's provided by the agency in the United States called Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, Department of Treasury. Okay, so FinCEN, and this is really important stuff. And the reason why it's important is because with this license, every company that deals with money has to have this license. So, for example, Binance, Crypto.com, Coinbase. Okay, so every company that has to deal with money transferring from place A to place B, they have to have this license to be legal in the United States. So this makes us legal in the United States. You can view the QR code, just go boop, and it'll take you to the FinCEN network. And what that does is it'll show our license with them. Okay. The other thing that what's important about the license is you can't be a Ponzi scheme to have this license, because you have to prove to the government agency, this is where the money's coming from, this is where the money's going to. And so you can't have people coming in at the bottom, putting in money, and the people at the top taking it out. No, you have to have a legitimate source of the money and where it's coming from and going to. And so let's talk about that for a second. So this here is a picture of the office itself in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, this is a server room. We have 3 server rooms. Well, 1 server room and 2 warehouses. And in each one of these warehouses, in this one here, there's about 1,000 boosters in this warehouse. Okay, and each one is housed. There's like 20 on each one of these little racks here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a little video of my friend in the server room so that you can see the rack. Okay, and so there's 20 boosters in here. Like I said, there's 3 server rooms in Kuala Lumpur, and we also have 3 mining companies that we are connecting with. One is in Texas, the other one is in Ethiopia, and the third one is in Cambodia. Okay, and so these are also licensed with their respective governments. This right here on the screen, I know you can't see it very good, but on this screen, it shows each interaction that the boosters are doing connecting to the mining farm. And this is every transaction is what's going on there. And this is how we're making our Bitcoin. So what she's going to do, so she's going to pull here, just give me a second here. That's what I wanted to see. So his phone is showing that it's active and his device is active. Okay. And so what she's going to do is she's going to pull the USB device out. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. She's going to pull it out, and then we will look on his phone, and you'll see that it shows it now as inactive. Okay, so it shows as inactive right here, and that's because in real time it's interfacing. Okay, and he will then go to the bottom of his screen, and we'll see at the bottom it's inactive. This is the IMEI of the device, and so every device has its own IMEI. It's like an iPhone. It's like every device that connects to the network. And every device in the back office, you have this folder here that you can download. There it is. That's disabled right there. And you can download this file and you get your 5-year warranty on that. And you can take that back to your tax consultant. I'd encourage you to do that. And you can perhaps get a write-off in your area. You need to talk to your tax consultant and figure that out. So it's disabled right now, and now they're going to put it back in. Off we go, put it back in, and then on here it shows it's enabled again once again, and that's how fast it is. Okay, so it connects to the network that fast.
Selecting
fast forward, she's going to show you how to withdraw, which is perfect. You need to withdraw all the time, and that's good. And I will then fast forward that to right here. This is the web page where you can go to browse on the blockchain and detect, like on the blockchain, all the logs are there. It's there for public record. And so from here, this is where she's going to
paste your BTC wallet address. Click on the TX ID, which is transaction ID. Verify the date. It was received on March 14th, 2024 at 17 hours, 27 minutes, and 55 seconds. Note the block height as 834644. Then, scroll down to see that our address, BC1P30, received 0.001 BTC. Next, click on the sender address, 3MPFY, which is the BitHarvest cold wallet. Scroll down again to identify the source of the BTC input. Click on the sender address, BC1QKG, which is also a BitHarvest cold wallet, having sent 0.499 BTC. Continue scrolling down, then click on the sender address, BC1Q4LM, which sent 0.5 BTC. This is identified as the mining pool wallet. By scrolling further, you can verify the input is from Via BTC,
Okay, so Via BTC is where we get our money from, because that's part of the mining pool operation. And so that's where we get it from, and that's where it comes from directly. Okay, so that's how the process works. So this is an award that we won. People come to the office all the time. This is like, we are expanding. This is worldwide. We've got lots of conventions going on all over the place. There are 3 types of people that join this company. People that want to make passive income, people that want to sell some boosters and they can earn some quick money. That's okay too. And the third type is people that like to network with other people and build teams. And every single one of those groups is perfectly acceptable. This is our CEO, Logan Lee, and this is Lenny Herlin, our CTO. And between these 2 guys, this is the guys that created the company and formed everything. And this is because they want to make money too, just like we want to make money. And so this is how the corporation works.
Thanks, Walter. As always, home run, killed it. We now shown you the company. The product is the Bit Booster. Here's what you can decide to do. You can be paid in Bitcoin every single day. We showed you why versus the dollar. The dollar's going down, Bitcoin's going up. Again, not financial advice. But you can start for as little as 100 USDT. I mean, a little bit more for fees, but that's a shared booster. That's a part of a booster. That one shared booster will give you about 30 to 50 cents a day in Bitcoin. Every day, 48 hours after you buy the booster, it turns on, and all it does is make Bitcoin for the owner. It's similar to cutting on the light switch in your house. You flip the switch on and the lights just come on. They stay on until you turn it off. Well, these do not turn off. If you want half a booster or 0.2, that's $200. If you want half a booster, 0.5 share, that's $500. Again, a little bit extra for fees, and you're looking at $1.50 to $2.50 a day in Bitcoin, not dollars. And the list goes on. You want a whole booster, $1,000 in USDT, $3 to $5 a day. You want 10 boosters, 10,000, $30 to $50 a day. You pick where you want to be. Get in where you fit in, as we say. 50 boosters, that's $150 to $250 a day being paid in Bitcoin. 100 boosters, $300 to $500 a day being paid in Bitcoin. And if you want 1,000 machines, that is $3,000 to $5,000 a day paid in Bitcoin. We've heard testimonies of a young lady. She went to visit home office and loved what she saw, went home, started off her journey with 560 Bit Boosters. That's a little over $500,000 she turned to USDT. 48 hours later, she was making an estimated About $2,500 a day in Bit Boosters. Well, fast forward to last month, she made multiple more purchases. Come to find out, she owns a factory in Singapore. We were wondering, like, how in the world is she doing this? She now owns somewhere around 3,500 Bit Boosters, cranking out an estimated $14,000 a day in Bitcoin. And she has no team. She's not building a team. She's not trying to get into the comp plan and all that. You can, because if you do, you just make more. But hey, to each their own. Okay, maybe you are interested in getting raises. People go to jobs and they hope to get a raise that year or twice a year or whatever, performance raise or cost of living raise. Well, that all has to go through a process, and you have to hope to get the raise or the amount you hope to get. You might say, hey, I want to make extra $4 a day in Bitcoin, estimated. Well, that just means get another booster. Give yourself a raise. Maybe you want an extra $100 a day in Bitcoin, just coming in every day, no work, not at a job, not hoping to get a raise. Just you have the capability financially to do that. Again, not a financial advisor. You get in where you fit in, do what you do. Maybe you have bigger aspirations. You need an extra $400 a day coming in. That is an extra 100 boosters, and you can make that happen should you choose to do so. Now, again, every booster estimated somewhere between $3 to $5. I know that the predictions can be higher. I am telling what I've seen. Now, everybody's different. A seed can create an orchard worth millions. So that little booster, rather it's the 100 to start, making 30 to 50 cents. Some other people might be 10,000 to start, making 30 to $50. But you got three options. You can either A, whatever is being made by the machines, and if you told other people and that income or not, either way, you roll everything back in. That's one way to do this. Compounding it. That's what we do. Me and my family, that's what we decided for a period of time. Or you can take some out, leave some in to keep it growing. That's another option. And the third option, like, man, I'm not leaving nothing. I'm taking out, I don't know these people, whatever. And you take out everything you make. Three options. You choose where you fit. But for those of us that pick option one or option two, watch this. That can happen because you're putting some or all back in for a period of time, whatever. You can be making hundreds to thousands per day in Bitcoin that you can put back in and do what? Start to grow that orchard. That can turn into literally thousands to tens of thousands per day. Like, look, per week, per month, what have you. If you continue to put some or all for a period of time, it can turn into hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands per week, per month, per year. And if you decide to just keep doing this, however you decide, option one, option two, it can turn into literally hundreds of thousands to millions per week, per month, per year. Please get back to whoever invited you to this Zoom, to our family.
My name is Lace Key, sorry. I live in New Zealand and I am a solo mom of 2 kids at the moment. My other 3 kids are adults, so they're doing whatever they want. I'm now 52 years old with my 5 kids and my 6 grandkids. So this journey that I'm on with BitHarvest right now is not about me. It's about my kids and my grandkids. Because, I've struggled my whole life. I've worked a lot of jobs and I've done, a lot of things actually, but I've never been able to crack the, get out there and buy a house kind of thing because I'm a solo mum. So when I saw this opportunity for the first time, I was blown away. Even the first time watching it, I was like, hey, is he for real? Is this real? And then so I had to study it to make sure it was real because it was too hard for me to believe on seeing it the first time, because I was shocked. I was a good shock, but then I had to find out, whether it was for real. So that's what I did. I kept coming to the Zoom, studied it. I saw BitHarvest on Facebook actually. So I'm going there now. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go to the Zoom because that's what I do. I always go to the Zooms, check them out. There was one thing holding me back why I had to keep coming to the Zooms is I couldn't afford the $100. In New Zealand, $100 American is $120. $84. I don't know if I should tell you my budget. I get a budget of $200 a week. And that's for me and 2 kids to feed for the week. I can now am able to pull out some funds from my harvest when I'm really need it, like, you know, because I get right to the bottom of the bottom, and if I hit that bottom, I gotta take some crypto out. And that's the good thing about this too. You can dip in and take some out when you need it. When you get to those hard times, you can just grab your crypto and change it into cash and go buy that shopping that you need. And I'm saying this from a mother, you know, that has kids that I'm thinking about in the future. So I'm not thinking about myself. I'm just building up what I can right now so I can leave it for my kids. And yeah, my kids mean the world to me. So this is the only option that I have moving forward to get me out of that struggle.
Get back to who invited you here. Thank them. They will have the information you need should you decide you want to be a part of Bit Harvest with our family. Minister of Fun, I'm out.